Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is acid, bases and salt, we were talking about the properties, chemical properties of the acid. We had completed with all the chemical properties with the acid, and we have seen that what will happen when acid reacts with the metal. Then the formation of a H2 gas is released, students, and what will happen, how can we detect this gas, what will happen when the metal react with the acid react with the bases, then neutralization process occur. What will happen when the reaction with the acid occur with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate? We know that a gas is released which is carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide can be detected when we pass it through the lime water. It will turn lime water milky. We have also seen, students, that after neutralization reaction, how can we how can we do the experiment in order to get that this is a neutralization reaction? So obviously with the help of the indicator like phenolphthalein, we are able to detect it that whether the acid get converted into base, whether the neutralization process occurring here or not. Then the next one is, after neutralization process, students, we have seen that the reaction of the acid with the metal oxide. So reaction of the acid with the metal oxide help in the formation of the salt and formation of the water here also occur. We have seen, suppose example, that sulfuric acid react with the zinc oxide, then there is a formation of a zinc sulfate and water is released here. In case of the hydrogen chloride, if you have taken here, aluminium oxide is there. So aluminium oxide will form the aluminium chloride and water is released. So this is how the reaction with the metal oxide happen. How can we detect the presence of the copper oxide, students? In the reaction of the copper oxide with the dilute sulfuric acid. So for that, suppose we have taken the dilute hydrochloric acid, and in which we will add the little amount of copper oxide. Then you will find that, and start shaking it, then we will find that there will be change in the color. It will changes to green in color, which proves that the reaction happened, and this reaction will make a salt which is called as copper chloride. So we can say here that how the formation of the salt with the help of the metal oxide happened here. So this is the whole chemical properties of the acid. Then we were started with the uses of the acid, that the three mineral acid, which is very strong acid, where we use these acids. So the first use of the acid is hydrochloric acid, student, that these are used in removing the oxide films from the steel. When we manufacture it, so it helps in removing the oxide from the steel. Next one is, it is used in dye stuff, it is used in textile, it is used even in making the leather it used in the leather industry. So they are also used in all these things. Let us see what are the other uses of the hydrochloric acid. Uses of hydrochloric acid represented by HC. Already we have seen the two other one. So let us see the last one, that for moving scale deposits from inside of boilers. So for moving the deposits, for moving deposits from inside of the boiler, inside the boilers. Okay, so for moving deposit from inside the boiler, this is also what? This is the one of the uses of the HCl. Now let us see the other uses of the of sulfuric acid and nitric acid. So uses of sulfuric acid represented by H2SO4 here. So the first use is, this is used in car batteries. in car batteries. It is used in car batteries. Then the next one, it is used in the manufacture of ammonium sulfate. So it is used in ammonium sulfate, it means it is used in making the car batteries. Sorry, in fertilizer, sorry. Used in manufacturing fertilizers. Fertilizers including ammonium sulfate. In ammonium sulfate. Okay. So it is used in manufacturing fertilizers or ammonium sulfate. Finally, it is also used in making the different acid, including the hydrochloric acid or nitric acid. So used in manufacturing or in manufacture of chemicals like hydrochloric acids, nitric acid, etc. So it is also used in manufacture of chemicals like hydrochloric acid, like nitric acid, etc. As well as it is also used in many industries, especially in making dyes, or even in the textile industries also use of disulfuric acid occur. So in making synthetic fiber, it is used in making detergents, dyes, so in manufacture of synthetic fiber, fibers, then detergents, then paints, it is also used in paint, and dyes. Okay, so it is used in the manufacturing of the hydrochloric acid. It is used in manufacturing fertilizers, as well as it is also used in the synthetic fiber, detergent, paint and dyes. All are made with the help of a sulfuric acid, students. Now let us see that what are the different uses of the nitric acid. Okay, so uses of nitric acid. Use of nitric acid. Uses of HNO3. Uses of HNO3. So here the first use, it is used in making explosives. Okay, like trinitrotoluene, TNT. So used in making explosive. Used in making explosive like TNT. Okay, the full form of the TNT is trinitrotoluene. trinitrotoluene. So it is used in making explosive. Next one is, that is, it is also used for making fertilizers. Making fertilizers. Again, the same fertilizers like that of ammonium sulfate or ammonium nitrate. Okay, sulfate is used for the sulfuric acid. Since it is consisting of a nitrate, so ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate. Then it is also used in making dyes and plastic. In making dyes and plastics. Okay, so it is also used in making dyes and plastic. So these are what, student, these are some of the uses of the nitric acid. So we have understood here that what are the different uses of a different acid, including hydrochloric acid, including sulfuric acid, and that of nitric acid. Let us see here and let us start with the new term, and that is the basis. So we have understood here acid. Now let us see what do we understand by basis. Although we have understood here basis and the definition of the basis given by Arrhenius, but right now we will understand what is the physical and chemical properties of bases. Bases. Properties of bases. So the first property, here we were going to study the physical property and then the chemical property. Physical property, as we have seen in case of a acid are sour in taste. So what kind of a taste bases have? Bases are bitter in taste. So bases are bitter in taste. They are bitter in taste. Second one, that is, they are soapy in touch. Bases are soapy in touch. They are soapy in touch. Then when you when you will touch it, it will like a soap, feeling of a soap you will get. When you put a red litmus paper into that basis, it will turn it into blue. So changes the red litmus paper to blue. Bases turn red litmus to blue. Red litmus to blue. Then bases, again being electrolyzed to student, it will help in producing the ions. Means when we add the bases in the water, yes, it will conduct electricity in the aqueous medium since it forms the ion here. So bases being electrolyte, it being electrolyte ionizes in water. Ionize in water and conduct electricity in aqueous medium. Conduct electricity in aqueous medium. Conduct electricity in aqueous medium. Strong bases, they are corrosive in nature. Generally we know that bases are very good to deal with, but you know the strong bases, they are corrosive. Okay, so they can cause severe burn to skin. Strong bases are corrosive in nature and they can cause severe burn to skin. They can cause severe burn to skin. That is what? That is the different properties of bases, physical properties of the bases. First property, student, they are bitter in taste. When you will touch it, you will get a soap-like a feeling, so they are soapy in touch. Then they turn red litmus to blue. Then being electrolyte, they ionizes water, and ultimately it will help in conducting electricity, since the ions are produced in the aqueous medium, students. Okay. Then here it is what? It is corrosive in nature, and they can causes the severe burn here. This is what? These are the physical properties of the bases. Now let us try to understand the different chemical properties of the bases. What will happen when it react with the different metals or other? Properties, chemical properties. Chemical properties of base. Chemical properties of bases. So the first property that we will see here, that what will happen when the bases react with the metal. So reaction with metal. What will happen when the bases it react with the metal, students? As we have seen in case of acid, it will form the hydrogen gas along with the salt. Now let us see what will happen when it react with the bases. Same thing happens, students. Here also, when the bases react with non-metal. Okay, that is when react with the metals. We are talking about the bases. So when the bases react with the metal, then yes, there will be the formation of a salt plus hydrogen gas is released. So instead of writing here hydrogen gas totally, we can simply write here hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen gases evolved along with it when the bases react with the metal here. Example that we can take, students. So suppose base is very strong base is sodium hydroxide. When this sodium hydroxide react with the metal like Zn, then there is a formation of a sodium zincate. Formula of a sodium zincate is Na2ZnO2, and hydrogen gases evolve along with it. Okay, so sodium hydroxide react with the zinc to form sodium zincate. This is what? This is the aqueous solution. This is in the solid phase. This is again in the aqueous medium. This is called as sodium zincate. And this is sodium hydroxide. This is called as sodium hydroxide. Now we have to balance it also, students. The sodium here it is 2, here it is 1. So we will balance it by writing here 2. Now sodium is balanced. What about zinc? Zinc is 1 only. Zinc is here also 1, so it is balanced. Now let us see the oxygen. So number of oxygen is 2 here. Here also number of oxygen is 2. And hydrogen is 2 here. Here also the hydrogen is 2. Now this reaction is a balanced reaction, students. So if we want to check it, if you want to see this whole reaction with the help of an experiment, so you see, first of all, in a test tube we will take a sodium hydroxide solution, aqueous form of a sodium hydroxide, and in that we will add the zinc granules. When you will add it, the same kind of a reaction as you have seen in case of an acid, where it react vigorously, here also the reaction happen with the evolution of the gas. And how you will test the presence of the gas? So you will do this reaction, that is reaction of the zinc with the base in a test tube fitted with a cork. And then you will take a delivery tube and take this delivery tube in a soap solution. There the formation of a bubbles will help us in telling that a gas is evolving. Now take a burning splinter near to the bubble. It will produce this pop sound which help us in telling that the evolving gas is actually a hydrogen gas, students. Okay? Okay. Okay, so you see, if suppose this is a test tube and here it is a cork. Okay, in this cork we will keep a delivery tube also. So this is fitted with a delivery tube here. Okay, in this one here, this is the solution in which NaOH solution, and there are lot of zinc granules are there. So this is what zinc plus NaOH. Now this delivery tube is now made to enter into a beaker. It will enter, this will finally it will enter, and the formation of a bubble sucker. This is what, this is the soap solution. Okay, this is what, this is the soap solution. This is what, this is the delivery tube. The bubbles are hydrogen gas, and when we bring a burning splinter near it, when we bring a burning splinter, then what happened? It will produces a pop sound with it. Okay, it will produces a pop sound. Okay, so when we take a burning splinter, it will produces a pop sound. So hydrogen gas burning with a pop sound. With the pop sound. Then this is burning splinter or burning candle. Burning candle. Then this is the cork. It is cork. Test tube having the sodium hydroxide and zinc granules in it. So after reaction, the formation of the bubbles happen. Okay, so this is how the reaction of the sodium hydroxide with zinc occurs, students. So how the sodium, how the metal react with the base, the formation is the same, students, that here also the reaction occur in which the formation of a salt and a hydrogen gas occur. Moving on, and let us see that what will happen when reaction of the bases with the acid occur. So, reaction with the acids. That is also again called as neutralization reaction. Obviously, it will remain the same, student. There will be no difference. Reaction with the acid. The same reaction that we have studied in case of the acid also. So, suppose we have taken here base and then an acid. When both of them react together, there is a formation of a salt and water is formed. Salt plus water. Formation of a salt and water occur. Now taking an example here, sodium hydroxide NaOH, when it reacts with an acid like dilute sulfuric acid, then there is a formation of a salt, that is Na2SO4 plus water is formed. This is an aqueous form, this is also an aqueous form, this is also an aqueous form, and you know that it is always liquid. Formula is sodium, name is sodium hydroxide, then here it is sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate plus water. This is water. Okay. So this is how the reaction of the acid occur with the base. Now let us see what happens when the bases react with the non-metal oxide. Reaction with the non-metal oxide. Reaction with the non-metal oxide. Okay, so base when react with the non-metal oxide, then there is a formation of a salt and water again. Salt plus water. As we have seen in case of the metal oxide, when acid react with the metal oxide, there also the formation of a salt and water occur. Here, base, suppose we have taken a base here, calcium hydroxide solution, which is an aqueous form. Calcium hydroxide. With this calcium hydroxide react with a non-metal oxide, that is carbon dioxide, CO2, which is a gas. Then there is a formation of a CaCO3, calcium carbonate. CaCO3 plus water is formed. This is an aqueous and this is a liquid one. Okay, gas. Carbon dioxide. This is calcium carbonate. So this is how the reaction with the non-metal occur with the non-metal oxide occur with the acid student. Calcium carbonate, this is also called as slaked lime.